Welcome back to the craft room. My name is Susan. This is Revive DIY and Upcycled Designs. I'm so glad you're here joining me. I just want to share a fun accessory project for you. Earlier today, I did a live where I showed taking this adorable little cart and turning it into a flower cart. So this is from Bullseye Playground. They're calling it a tiered tray, but look how adorable that is. That just screamed flower cart to me. So we upcycled it. We created our own little cute little flower cart, and I used our Easter minis for it. So I obviously one of them's not there because it's still being cleaned, but we used this one and the one that was there to create this adorable look, right? I used my colors from the napkin. That was my inspiration, but I want to make a little accessory go along with it because look, we still have a couple other spring, there's several, actually 3 different spring transfers still on here that I'd like to be able to use, but I just wanted to do an accessory piece to go along with our flower cart. And I just love this one. Isn't that cute? So I looked at my stash and I actually have a little tag that was a gift from a friend, and it's one of those cutouts. So it's like a little wood cutout, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I am just gonna paint it to coordinate with it, and then we're gonna chalk this little flower cart on it, okay? So I've taken my chalk paint, Waverly chalk paint. The color is moss because I think that's going to be a good complement here, and I need a background color. So we're actually going to Mod Podge this napkin on the back as well, but I thought I would show you step by step. So stay tuned, here we go. Now I use a makeup sponge a lot of times for this, and I am a little bit lazy, so I usually just pour some paint right out if I can get it to come out. Hold on, I'm gonna have to do this. I don't like to waste getting something else dirty to wash, so I usually just take it right out of the jar. So hopefully I can get it out. I'm getting kind of down low. I'm surprised I've used this one as much as I have, but it is a good kind of neutral green color. It's there, it just doesn't want to come out. And I like to take the makeup sponge and just kind of paint with it, because that way I can just throw it away when I'm done, and it just puts it on smoothly. Usually I don't have any problem with brush marks. I can even go around the sides with it, so it's just super convenient and super easy. Now I use chalk paint. I could use my chalk paste as paint, but I don't like to waste it, and I could very easily do that and coordinate the colors, but like I said, I felt like this color went so well with it, and I gotta hold it without getting it on my fingers. And I'm not worried about doing a real dark layer. I just wanted to kind of get rid of that wood color, what it already comes as. So, and you can do the sides if you want. You don't have to. I am not going to worry about my painting the back because I am going to Mod Podge that napkin on there, and I don't think it's going to really show through, or if it does, I'm not too worried about it. So, like I said, I'm just going to throw that away. Wipe my fingers. I use chalk paint because it dries so quickly, and I just like the way it covers. So that's why we do that. And we're just going to speed up this drying process a little bit. And 1 layer is all we're going to need. I want it completely dry before I put my chalk paste on it because I don't want my transfer to pick up any of the paint. So I want it dry all the way. Like I said, this dries so quick. And you can choose any color you want. I just try to coordinate with what I had. I could have done it in white as well, and that would have been super cute. So that's completely dry. I'm going to take, actually I'm going to stand it the tiniest bit just to make sure I get off any little crumbs. Just light, very, very lightly running it over it. That way if I have any, you know how sometimes when you paint you get these little, little pieces, little dried pieces. So that's why I do that. And now I'm just going to take my surface wax. Guys, I have little dry pieces of paint everywhere. I'm going to take my surface wax and I'm just going to lightly apply a layer just to kind of seal in the paint again, so my transfer doesn't try to pick up any of the paint on the back of it, since it is sticky, self-adhesive. That's all. Only takes a little tiny bit of that, and then I will buff it with the other side. Okay, so all set there. Now I am going to take my transfer, and this one is a brand new one. I have not used this before. So I'm going to put a little mark on it, and I'm going to put cart. I like to keep mine on the big backer sheet and just take the individual transfers off as opposed to cutting them. I just feel like it's easier to keep them organized when I go to, so I need to cut that. I forgot I had not cut that. These are my transfer trimmers. They are made specifically to work with our transfers. They are coated so they won't stick, and they have a nice long blade. And of course, they're our gorgeous signature teal color. And this is our mini, so it's 12 on one sheet. It is, you get a lot of bang for your buck. And this is in our 50% off section right now, you guys. So go ahead and grab you one. You can get a lot of projects with that, as I'll be showing over the next few days. So I'm going to fuzz it real quick, and that just means to make it a little less sticky. Only a few times because it doesn't feel super duper fuzzy. And I am going to face it towards me and do my best to get some light so I can see. Because it'll fit on here, I mean, really snugly. Does that make sense? I mean, like, I might get the tiniest bit not on there, but for the most part, I think it's going to fit. When I put it up to it, it looked like it would. So, make sure it's straight. That's the hardest part for me every time. And I'm going to just use colors that coordinate with the napkin again, because I'm going to Mod Podge. Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm going to Mod Podge the napkin on the back. And this is going to be right next to the tray. And I think this is all going to look super cute on my coffee bar. It would look great just on a counter or on anywhere that you want to display. So there we go. All right, now I am down to only a few of my small squeegees, so we may just wipe this and reuse it because all the rest of them are in getting cleaned. So let me grab another baby wipe. Okay, now, like I said, this is my color inspiration here, and I used some guava. I actually had a bumblebee, but it was too thick, so I switched over to a sunny side and shimmer violet, which is one of our En Vogue colors. So I think those are the colors that I'm going to work with. And then I might pull out, I'm going to pull out my shimmer frost. I could just do white, but I'm going to tie in a little bit of the white. But you guys know I have to have some shimmer. So, and I like the shimmer frost better. So we're going to go with the shimmer frost. But you choose whichever colors you like. Okay. So I want this over here so I can wipe off my tools since I'm reusing the same tools. All right, so I think our cart itself is going to be white, and I'm even going to do the wheel white, I think. So the bottom half is going to be white. I'm going to go ahead and use this little cut up squeegee and just, this is Shimmer Frost, one of my favorites, probably my very favorite because it looks fabulous on its own, but it can also be mixed with any color we have to make a shimmer. So even if it's a shimmer we don't offer, you can kind of create your own, which I have done on several occasions. I'm not trying to get fancy with this, but I am going to have a few colors on here because that's how I do things. But that's the cool thing about DIY is that you get to choose how you would like it. I just put it right on and then take off any extra. I'm losing right here. And I'm going to set that aside because I'll probably use that again. I will go ahead and paste and peel that little bottom section, but as you can see, look how cute that is. Pull that up. And then if I've missed any, which I can tell there's a couple little spots that could use a little more. Now with the shimmer, I do suggest you try to press a little harder, firmer is what I was trying to say, because it does have the material, you know, whatever makes it shimmer, makes it a little more gritty, and you just have to apply a little more. Oh, I still didn't. That's okay. I can always go back and touch it up. It might be too much wax on there. A lot of times when you rush your waxing process, that can happen as well, because you only need a little bit of wax. Yeah, that's what it is. I'll have to go back and touch that up. I'm just going to press this here. And like I said, I'll probably do this part in white as well, but I want to add a couple of these other colors in here real quick, just for fun. So we're going to reuse it. So I will do, let's see. I love the purple, so I'll probably put that in the middle, and that doesn't take as long. It takes longer to dry. I keep saying that. It takes a little bit longer to dry, so I'm going to go ahead and put that right here in the middle. And just a tiny bit. And I am going to take, I think we'll do this side over here in the yellow. Got way too much. For this little baby plant. Little bloom. I think it's supposed to look like a little, almost like a seedling. So this is what you do if you only have a few tools. You just take a wipe. A baby wipe will work fine. And wipe off your squeegee. You don't ever use it on your transfer, but you can use it on your... And then let's do our guava real quick. And this is a detail tool. I love this because of the size. It's such a small little squeegee. It's perfect for little places like this. If not, you can buy other ones and cut them down. Got fuzz on it. That's the only bad thing. These baby wipes that I bought, for some reason, put off a lot of fuzz. And then let's put a tiny bit here. And then we're going to paste and peel that part. As you can see, sorry guys, I had to turn the light off, the ring light off because of my glasses, but can you guys see it? Super cute. I'll show you up close in a minute. Now, the yellow has one little spot that I did not press in well. So I'm going to go back over that. Or again, if I didn't, because I didn't even take the time to warm up my wax and buff it. So sometimes that will happen. There's always ways to touch it up after the fact as well, but then I'm going to press this down. And we are going to finish up. I got some on the top, but I can wipe that off. Now you can also do this on one of our white, we have mini tags, and we have the chalkable suede tags, and we have white chalkable chips or black chalkable chips. We also have brown chalk suede tags or white ones. So this just happened to be something that I had on hand and decided to use. All right, guys, pick it up. There we go. How cute. Isn't that adorable? Okay, so I usually spray my transfers with water until I can get it to the sink. And I can close these colors up because we're done with them. That one, I don't know why. I don't use yellow a lot. So all my yellows are kind of thick. And my squeegees and my transfers just get washed in the sink with water. Cool water, and I usually use a board eraser on the transfers. On the squeegees, I use a wipe. Usually a cleaning wipe, I use it. Okay, so that is pretty much all done. I am just going to, I do need to touch it up a little bit after it's dried. But I am going to go ahead and finish up with the Mod Podge part. So after we dry this, I want to make sure it's dry because I'm going to have to flip it over. And this part, and then just scrape off before I dried it. I got off the edge of my, isn't this gonna look cute with it? It dries on its own in 5 minutes or less. I'm just speeding up the process. Okay, so now, this is the piece of napkin we're gonna use on here. This, I'm going to take my Mod Podge and apply a layer. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way, where you go ahead and just apply the Mod Podge and then put the napkin on instead of the way I prefer. But just in the interest of time, I wanted to show you guys this way in case you haven't seen it in a while. And then we're going to peel our napkin off, pick out which section. Remember, if it's a 2-ply napkin, you want to take it down, or even a 3-ply. You want to take it down to whatever ply. I'm going to kind of go right here like this. I do want to get all the colors though, so I might have to move it over a little bit to make sure the purple is going to be on there. And then I'm just going to smooth it out. Since it's such a small surface, it's not a big deal. But on the larger surfaces, I usually like to. I can tell I need more Mod Podge down here, so. On the larger surfaces, I like to dry it and do the iron technique where you reactivate it. I need some more. Oh, there's some. I see it on there. My little brush that has the Mod Podge on it is drying. I'm going to cut that excess off because I may need that piece. You never know. I love this napkin. Okay, so there we go. We have it applied. Do you see? I'm not worried if you can see through it. That I really can't, but I'm not worried about it. Now, I'm just going to take, because I have it right here, you can take a sanding block, or you can just take an old fingernail file. I don't usually, I mean, you could take a new one, obviously, but I just happen to, if it's kind of too dull, that's all you do, and it takes off the edge. It gives you a nice, clean edge. If it's too dull for my nails, then I don't throw it away. I just put it up here in the craft room. See how easy that is? You can even distress this. I have distressing ink if you wanted to, but I don't think it needs it on this one. And if I, like I said, if I have a little bit of showing on the side, I'm okay with that. But look, so here we go. Cute, right? So now we're coordinated. Oh. And I will just make a beaded tassel to go along with this, and we will have an adorable little project. So I hope you like that idea. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask me in comments or send me a message. That's what I'm here for. I hope you guys like this idea, and I hope you'll come back and join me again next time. Have a great day.